I've just given birth and you expect me to stand up and clean up for hours on end?
When we first got together, you told me that you enjoyed cleaning and loved all that sort of stuff.
What have you done today?
Usually I'm at work, aren't I, and I'm doing things. And,
Well, maybe instead of standing eating cake, maybe you should start cleaning up. You've done nothing.
Yes, but you're better at it, aren't you?
I've been looking after the baby all day. She's been crying all day.
She hasn't been
Just
crying.
managed to put her to sleep. Just managed to put her to sleep to have my first meal of the day.
You're sitting on your arse as well, so like, it's not just me.
Wow.
All I'm asking is for you to take a few mugs out, a bit of hoovering, a bit of cleaning, you know, TV's looking a bit dusty, lights probably need a little dust around as well. I'm going to the pub in a minute. When I'm back from the pub, we'll reevaluate, see what needs doing. I'll make you a list together, okay? So I'm giving
you can do it.
No,
I'm not a chance am I doing the cleaning.
I'm giving you a bit of time
not a
to
chance.
chill out first.
Not
While
a chance.
I'm at the pub, you can chill out as well. Then when I come back, we'll sort out what you need to clean.
Not a chance.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Omomi aka Petite Diva, and in this video we're looking at the audacity of men. Now we are checking out different cases where men have acted in ways that make you wonder where they buy their audacity. Let's check out these videos and then I'll come back to share my thoughts.
I've just got back from seeing Grandma, and she's asked me what I've done with the money.
Yeah, your granddad left us some money.
Why has she asked what I've done with the money?
I've invested for, you know, Dog and Duck bistro restaurant. It's there.
Why is it at a restaurant that we've got no connection to?
Well, I've got a connection to it. It's Dave's restaurant.
You've put my money in Dave's restaurant?
Yeah, as an investment to get us to get you more money.
Don't understand. You've put my money into a restaurant that is going downhill.
Well, the reason it's going downhill is because it needs some money. It needs an investment.
And you thought my money was the thing to put in it?
Our money.
This is my money that was left from Grandad for me. How do you know that this is actually going to come out with more money? This is my future we're talking about here.
I'm trying to do you a favour, love. I'm trying to do you a favour. I'm trying to get you more money.
And you didn't think to maybe ask me about that?
You're 17. You know, you don't. I know more about. I'm more worldly wise than what you are.
I can still think about where I want my money going.
Oh God! Do you know what? I'm a little bit pissed off with your attitude.
You
Who
should
do you think
be.
you're speaking to?
You should be pissed off with yourself. You've taken money from your dad, my granddad, that was left for me, for my future.
My dad.
No,
My dad.
Granddad. This was
see,
left
no, you're
for
right.
me.
You're right. My dad. Your granddad.
Yes, and you've disrespected your own dad.
He's got no right giving it to you. He should give it to me.
Pardon?
Can you do a roast?
You want me to do a roast?
Yeah.
Can I just remind you of something? I gave birth 2 days ago.
Yeah. 2 days ago, and you came out of the hospital straight away. You've been sitting around all this time, so you can make a roast.
To send me home to get rest at home.
Yeah, but you've been doing nothing but resting. Look at all these cups of tea for a start. I mean, look, I'm just saying.
I'm sorry that I need caffeine to keep going with a newborn baby.
Yeah, and it's not easy for me either. Right, I didn't give birth. No, but I'm not sleeping like you, so I'm knackered. You're awake. So my mum and dad are coming, and you know what they're like. They always want a roast. So
They always want a roast, but I've not just given birth 2 days before. You can get up and make it yourself.
Look, you do it much better than I do. We know that. I've tried. It's a waste of time.
Why are you gaslighting me?
I'm not gaslighting you. You always say I'm gaslighting you. I'm not.
You're trying
I'm
to
just not-
manipulate me into making a roast
Right.
for your mum and dad because you can't be asked, well, do you know what? I've just cooked for the last 9 months, your kid.
Yeah. I'll sit with them, with the baby, talk to them. You've got like a couple of hours to
Oh,
yourself.
you sit on your
Sure.
ass with the baby while I'm stood slaving over a hot stove. It doesn't work like that.
Sit on my ass with a baby, so you're saying it's easy then? Yeah, so if that's the case, then you can go in the kitchen then, can't you? What's the problem?
I'm actually really glad that you asked, because the reason I shared my story is my goal is to protect other women from having this happen to them. So if you have any questions, you're welcome to drop them in the comments as long as you're respectful. I'm happy to answer anything. Trigger warning, we're going to talk about STDs, we're going to talk about sex, and we're going to be talking about vagina. So my ex-boyfriend gave me 2 STDs that ended up making me so sick I ended up in the hospital. I ended up needing a wheelchair. I ended up with a permanent heart arrhythmia, and a year later I am still not fully recovered. So the 2 STDs that he gave me were chlamydia and MGen, Mycoplasma genitalium. MGen is not on standard STD panels in the US. It was on the STD panel that he had in Australia, which is how we know that that's what he gave me. He had the STD screening before he ever came and had sex with me, which is also how we know that he knowingly gave me these STDs. I actually pushed him to have the STD screening. I think I asked him like at least 10 times, but I have 5 text messages to prove that I asked him and to prove that he told me he was tested. So he went and got tested and then still lied to me that he was clean and gave me STDs. Now let's break down the timeline. So April of 2023, he came and we had sex for the first time. That would be when I actually transmitted the diseases. He went back to Australia, which is where he's from. We were in a long distance relationship. I started getting sick almost immediately. I have text messages between me and my ex saying like, I don't know, I just don't feel right. I feel really dizzy. I can't quite place it. I feel like malaise. Like I just feel not right, not good, not energetic. I felt lethargic, but I couldn't really place it. I also started having like random sharp abdominal pain very intermittently, but I have endometrioma, so I kind of just wrote it off as endometrioma. I did see a doctor in this period, and no one thought to STD test me because I was in a monogamous relationship. It wasn't until 2 months later when I flew to Australia to meet his family, the first night that I landed, we had sex, and it felt like I was being ripped open by glass. Like it legitimately felt like glass was clawing its way out of my stomach. I also started bleeding quite profusely. I writhed around in pain for the entire night, and the next morning he took me to see his family doctor, who did not at any point think to do an STD screening. She wrote it off as period pain, which is insane. Once we knew that he had in fact given me chlamydia and MGen, they put me on a course of antibiotics. However, because this infection had been running rampant in my body for over 2 months, my body just couldn't fight it up. The antibiotics just weren't enough. So for the next 3 weeks, I was living in my ex's house with his family, meeting his whole family, knowing that he's just given me 2 STDs, being gaslit by him and his entire family that it's really not a big deal. It's literally just like an antibiotic and like, you'll be fine. It's fine and it's no big deal. And that whole 3 weeks, I was getting sicker. I think I lost like 10 pounds. I couldn't eat. I was throwing up constantly. I was so sick. I literally just spent my nights like in the toilet. Like I was so sick. On my flight back to the US, at some point, I started struggling to breathe and I passed out, and I woke up in the rear of the plane with an IV, a doctor and a nurse around me, and the flight staff. No one at that time knew what was going on. I didn't either, because I thought the antibiotics were doing their job. Now, of course, we know it's because my body was failing to fight off this infection.
My fiance left me at the altar.
Okay.
Yesterday was supposed to be one of the most happiest days of my life, and it turned out to be the worst. My fiance never showed up to the ceremony, leaving me at the altar. His friends and family tried to get hold of him, but all calls went straight to voicemail. After waiting for an hour for him, I told the guests that there was not going to be one whole hour. I told the guests that there was not going to be a wedding. I opened the reception hall and told them to enjoy the food and open bar, even though there was no ceremony, because I still wanted them to have a good time and enjoy the food and drinks.
Wait, sorry to cut you. What would you guys do if you went to a wedding and the person didn't come and you open a reception that please go and eat? Can you, then the DJ is playing music, playing your song, will you dance?
As the bride that got stood up, or as a guest?
As a guest.
As a guest. No, of course not. No. I mean, if the food is
they spend the money already, though. Like, you know, they spend the money already.
The
it's just
is there, the music is the
and
food is nice.
Maybe it really should be a celebration, though. Maybe she really dodged a bullet, or he dodged a bullet there. Like
she's
just
like I'm gonna enjoy.
And you too.
I'll definitely eat.
I don't know about the dancing.
I'll not dance, but I'll definitely eat.
I'm supposed to everyone is dancing. Will you dance too?
Why are they dancing? This is awkward. Why are we dancing?
Now, the man, the father that spent the inheritance of his daughter, I was watching the video and I was getting really like angry. This man was telling his daughter that he used her inheritance, the inheritance that her grandfather, his father, left for her, to invest in a restaurant that was not doing well. And the girl was trying to confront him and say, you used my inheritance, my money from your father, my grandfather, to invest in a business that is not doing well. It was not your choice. It was not for you to invest. The money was not for you to invest. And the man was so useless to say that, oh, it's the money his father left, so his father had no right to give her the money, that he should have given it to him. The father obviously knew that he was useless. That's why he did not leave any money for him and left money for the daughter. Now, if the grandmother had not asked her about the money, she would not have known that the grandfather left money for her. Money that she could have used for a college education. He has blown it, and he was trying to gaslight her and say it is his father that left the money, so he has every right to the money, even though the money was not left to him. Now, I don't understand how he was able to spend that money if the money was not left to him. But I guess because she's 17 and she's not yet legally an adult, that's why he was able to have access to her money. I don't know, because where I got it looks like one of those pages that repost people's videos and they didn't leave a link to the creator's page, because I wanted to find out if she was able to sue him and get her money back, because she really needs to sue him, because the way he was talking was just irritating and annoying, and I'm like, where did this man get the audacity? Because you are her father does not mean you should spend the money that was left to her on something that was not going to yield any result. And he went to spend it on a restaurant that was failing and was not yielding any result. And he will say, I'm older than you, so I know more about investment. Did she tell you she was invested in any business? Really? Then the videos of the men telling their wives who just gave birth to do house chores. Some of them, one of them I think is a skit. I don't know about the other one. But the thing is that the scenario in both cases is what happens to a lot of women in real life. Now, I have a video where I talked about postpartum care, and in that video, a lot of people left comments about postpartum care they've experienced. And if you check the comment section, you will see people talking about how they were expected to do house chores immediately they gave birth, how their in-laws were a particular kind of way, how they did not have help after giving birth to their kids. And it was really like shocking to see some of the comments that some people left of their personal experience, because that video really like just made me feel a lot of sympathy for quite a lot of women who don't have a community to help them immediately they give birth. Because in that video I talked about the postpartum care tradition in Nigeria and some African countries. I also talked about the postpartum care programs in South Korea that is sponsored by the South Korean government, where the women are taken care of for like 2 weeks to 4 weeks after they've given birth. And it's quite sad that people were talking about their own country postpartum care program, and there was nothing like the tradition that we have in Nigeria or the program that is in South Korea. It's just unfortunate that some men would think that immediately a woman gives birth, that there's nothing to it, and that she should be up and doing, she should be cooking a storm, she should be cleaning the house, she should not be just relaxing. Meanwhile, your body is supposed to heal for at least 6 weeks, or let's say 4 weeks, and 4 to 6 weeks. And every help from people helps at that time. And not only for the physiological healing, but also for the psychological healing. And it's just unfortunate that so many men that think otherwise, there's so many men that force their women to be up and doing immediately after giving birth. I've watched a video where a nurse was really angry when the husband, while the wife was trying to give birth, I think she was in labor or something like that, or she just gave birth some hours ago, and the husband was kind of complaining that the wife is going to stay there for at least 3 to 5 days, that he was wondering who's going to prepare his food. And I'm like, this woman just gave birth to a child and you are busy concerned about who is going to prepare your food in the house. It just really shows that some men don't have a clue what goes on with pregnancy and giving birth. And it's unfortunate that those men will subject their wives to a lot of trauma immediately after they give birth, which is not supposed to happen. As for the lady that was giving STDs from her boyfriend, this is why I always recommend that people should use the C in the prevention of STDs, which is use a condom. Because no matter how you use birth control tablets or pills to prevent pregnancy, birth control pills don't prevent STI. The most effective way of preventing STI is to use a physical protective measure, and which is more of the condoms, either the female or the male. And even though that protects against STI is not 100%, but it's still a lot more coverage than just thinking all you need to protect yourself from is pregnancy. So you need to cross-check your partners, because some men are crazy. I don't get it. STIs are not just how disease. It's not flu or something. So I don't get how people put themselves at risk and then put their partner that they claim to love at risk. So women need to protect themselves. Now she's battling the STD that he has given her, and I really hope she's able to get a lot more better. But people need to realize that there are some STIs that are really like for life. So you need to be careful. Prevention is always cheaper, always better than cure or management. So please try to protect yourself if you are sexually active. Anyway, that's my thoughts about these cases of men who, I don't know where they bought their audacity from, but I don't know what you guys think about any of the cases that was featured in this video. I would love to hear your thoughts, so please leave your comment in the comment section so that we can get this discussion popping. Now, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you are not yet subscribed and you like videos such as this, please consider subscribing by clicking on the red button that says subscribe, and don't forget to click on the bell notification icon by the side so that you're notified anytime I upload videos. Now, with all that said, thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.